Hi guys, you and me once again. I just want to appreciate you for spending this time with me. It's a question that I kind of come up with, that I've been playing around with this last week. I've been doing some training with incredibly special guys and just have this whole thing when it comes to being a man or woman of God. You've got to serve other people and you have to be a servant, and they say to be a good leader you have to be a good servant. So what is the ground zero or the beginning of where servanthood should start? For me, it's serve and protect. That's what a good servant does. But when we were doing training in this facility, it was quite amazing because there was a guy whose job it was to serve us. And the amazing thing is he would get there before we needed it. Crazy stuff, because we would have bottles and there would be fizzy water, or there would be plain water, there would be tea, coffee, and then he would put eats out for us, and then there were peppermints. And the one thing I learned about servanthood is not filling in something when it is needed. It's when you fill it before it's needed. So what he did is he made sure that the water was there before it got to the end of the bottle. It was crazy. So as we were drinking, he would see what water we preferred, and then he would have the next bottle on standby, that when we finished it, the next bottle was ready. So for me, servanthood is you serve not out of a need, you always serve in abundance. So you give it to the people and you make sure they have it before it comes to a time of need. Because a lot of times I would say, when you need it, let me know. But that's not servanthood. Servanthood is you get it before you need it. So then the question came out of that. I always say to people, you need to put other people's needs before your own. Okay? And so for me, I kind of tend to put myself second, and I want you to be first. So I will put my needs above yours. But then I actually learned that, hold on a second, that cannot be biblical. It can't be biblical, because it says love your neighbor as you love yourself. So all of a sudden it begins with you and your obedience to what you are called to do. Now Jesus didn't put other people's needs before his own. He didn't. It was actually quite crazy. He didn't put other people's needs before what he needed to do. He didn't allow people and their influence to decide his obedience to the Father. Because you see, it was never about what Jesus wanted or not. It should never be about what we want or not. Whether you want it or not does not matter. It's, does my Father want what you want now? And when it came to raising Lazarus, the whole crazy thing is that Jesus cried because, come on guys, don't you know me for who I am? And if he had submitted to what the people wanted, oh, I'm going to put their need before my own, that wouldn't have worked, because it wasn't what the people's need was on behalf of Lazarus, because they said, why don't you heal him now? Why did you take so long to get here? You see, it's the will of the Father that delayed him. It wasn't, Jesus didn't heal Lazarus for the need of the people. He did it for the need of the Father, for what the Father wanted to show the people. He didn't say, oh, okay, because you want to, let's sort it out. He didn't heal the storm. It was the need for the disciples in the boat to say, heal the storm. They woke him up. And he calmed the storm because it was for what the Father was showing the people, not the need of the people. So that's the crazy thing, is that sometimes I get influenced by what you need or by what you want. But what I should be serving is, what does the Father want for you? So people have conflict, and how should I handle the conflict? Well, step number one is Father, this person is a problem, and I'm here to submit myself to you, and I will serve them in whatever way you require me to do. But first, I'm going to pray for them, and I'm going to hear your will for them. And should you need me to get involved, Father, then let your will be done. So Jesus never bowed down to the need of the people. He bowed down to the obedience of his Father, and he met their need as the Father desired. He was not influenced by what he saw. Yes, sometimes it hurt him, and yes, sometimes he wanted to move, like the Pool of Siloam. There was more than 250 people lying there at the Pool of Siloam, and Jesus walked past a whole lot of people that seriously needed healing, but he healed one person, and then he left. Because it was obedience to the Father. So the greatest servant is the person who serves as the Father desires. And the Father's desire for you and I both is that He meets our need before we need it. So in other words, He doesn't give us when it's gone. He gives it to us before it's ever gone. Because kingdom is only abundance. There's never lack in any way. So, you and I both need or have a need to be obedient to the Father. And it's quite amazing. Because then your heart is this way and saying, Father, I know that your will has been done in this situation. And I'm not influenced by the pressure of the people. Love you lots. Till next time.